Hi, thank you for joining me today. I am Katie Johnson. I'm a US demonstrator, and the video that you're watching today is part of a global vlog hop. I didn't mispronounce that. It's not a blog hop, it's a vlog hop. It's a video hop. This is a sweet, sweet hop. And I didn't repeat those words. It's sweet as in great, and it's sweets as in a group of product. Each of us is featuring a different suite from the Stampin' Up! Catalog. Today, I'm going to feature the Well Done suite. You're going to find a full description of the card that I'm making, as well as product links in the description below. Even more important, though, you're going to find the links to all the other videos that are part of this vlog hop. But today we're featuring the Well Done suite, and I'm going to show it to you in the catalog real quickly, and then I'm going to show you what the products are. So here's the full spread for this product suite. Just look at all the really cute projects that you can make. Now let me define this term suite. I don't know if you can read it if this is too small to see on the camera, but there is a difference between Stampin' Up! Defines the word suite versus the word bundle that you can see right there. With a bundle, you're going to save 10% when you choose to buy the product together. Usually what they will choose to bundle will be a stamp set and a coordinating die or a coordinating punch. In this case, it's a punch. And with the concept of a suite is there's all sorts of product that goes together and coordinates, like this beautiful designer paper that you see down here. That are part of this suite are an embossing folder, some ribbon, isn't that pretty? Doesn't that just glow in the light there? And some sequins. So I'm going to get rid of my catalog and let you see the product up a little bit more closely. So here's a little bit of a closer look at the product. This is a beautiful, beautiful, very sheer ribbon. You can see right through it, and it's got a wonderful light reflective properties to it. And then you've got these cute, cute sequins, and you're going to see when I use these, they're not all just round like sequins are. Some of them are shaped like shells. The colors match the palette in the designer paper. When Stampin' Up! Does 6x6 papers like this, you're going to get 12 different designs, double-sided, 4 of each. So you get a ton of choices down here. So look at those cute turtles, the green on the back, big turtles. You got yellow on the back that looks like fish scales. Got these cute multicolored jellyfish with green seaweed on the back. Then you get these big whales with things that look like ocean waves. Oh my gosh, all of a sudden I'm thinking home decor here and using this as a backdrop for a little framed piece. Wouldn't that look cute? Then you got fish swimming in a circle and orange fish scale. Then we've got these lovely underwater scenes. There's several of these. This one with the light coming down and multiple fish on the back. This one with a top and bottom, so you could put stuff in between here. Then it's got red corals on the back. Did I just do that one? No, I didn't. Oh gosh, look at this. All these different things here. Lots of different designs. More whales. Keeping those out. I want to show you something here in just a minute. Some cute seahorses. More waves. I guess I showed you that one already. Did I show you this one? Maybe not. So anyway, lots of cute, cute designs. Look at those little fish, multicolored fish. And just a bubbly water scene. All right, so the thing I wanted to show you about this, and Stampin' Up! Has been doing this more often. Here's the punch that coordinates with the stamp set. And let me show you what the punch does. So with that punch, these are the pieces that you're going to get. You're going to get the whale, the whale's belly, his fin. You're going to get the parts to make a water spout, and then you're going to get a tiny little one that you're going to lose, because I always do, that does the eye. And then this is what it looks like when you put them all together, and you give a little bit of a three-dimensional effect to the whale there. But the thing I wanted to show you, so I'm just bringing in a piece of paper here to punch the whale. This whale is exactly the same size and configuration as the whales in this designer paper. So you can actually use the punch to punch out pieces from the designer paper. How cool is that? Same thing with this other designer paper. I don't know. I just love the fact that Stampin' Up! Gives us this super versatility with all the different parts to a suite. Oh, I forgot to show you the last part of the suite. The last part of the suite is this embossing folder. This embossing folder is 6x6, which is nice because it would allow me to do a horizontal scene it would allow me to do a vertical scene. Again, nice for scrapbookers that you've got this extra height to embossing a piece of paper. And there's the embossing folder, and you can see all the detail that you get on that. Isn't that fun? Now, before I put all this mess away and get started with today's project, I want to point out one more thing. One other thing that Stampin' Up! Does for us to help us out with our crafting, Stampin' Up! Will print all the coordinating colors on the label. So these are all of the colors that you're going to find in that designer paper. That great set of colors. Just imagine corals and all the underwater things. And then to take one quick minute just to show you the stamp set itself. It's got the whale, the sea turtle, the jellyfish, the seahorse, and then a cute little school of fish over here with the sentiments. Guys, if you are into puns at all, this is just so much fun. Thanks a ton, because the whale is so heavy. Whale done. You're kind of a big deal. Hoping all your birthday fishes come true. My love for you is bigger than the ocean. Now this is interesting. This little bit right here, it could be bubbles going upwards. I'm going to use this as spots on the back of the whale. All right, let's get started. All right, I've got my materials assembled here, and I left this out just to quickly remind you that this is 6 by 6, which is easy to cut it into 2-inch strips so that I can assemble a card like this. The colors from the palette that I chose to use for today's project, I chose to use Just Jade and Pretty Peacock. The designer paper itself has a lot of the pool party in it, and so the water spout up here is actually going to be pool party. And I'm going to start with my designer paper. This, by the way, is Stampin' Up's new adhesive, which I really like. It has a slightly different pressure that you're going to use with it, so you kind of have to learn to use it, but I really like this. All right, now for this piece and the ribbon treatment down here, what I did was I twisted the ribbon. Instead of putting a knot or a bow on here, I did a ribbon twist. And the reason I did that is because I wanted something that kind of looked like ocean waves. I wanted it to have that undulating look. So here's how I did it. It's going to go across the bottom. I'm on the back side of my embossed piece. I'm going to put a little bit of the ribbon here, turn it around to the front, and give it a couple of twists before I adhere it on the back. Now, the beauty of doing this is I can always come back and futz with it on front because it's not adhered on the front, so I can play with it and make it look however I want it. The other nice thing about ribbon is very forgiving, and if I didn't get it level, I can pull it back up and move it just a tad higher. There we go. Next, I'm going to stamp the inside. All right, I have my 2 ink pads in front of me, and I'm sure that it looks for you the same as for me, where they're both very dark, but I've taken one of the extra labels from the bottom because Stampin' Up! Always gives you the labels down here that you can peel off, the point being to put it on the end so that when you slip it into a storage container, you can read the colors. But I always take an extra one of those labels, and that way I can look down at my ink pads and note which color is which. All right, I want the seaweed to be the brighter green. I went for some color balance on here. So the lighter colored green, which is the Just Jade, and I'm stamping it off so I get kind of a watery look of 2 different colors, just to kind of complete the scene. Also in the lighter color, I'm going to stamp the words off on the left because I want to leave room for the whale. Placing them this way on the inside still gives me room to write a small sentiment here. If I want to write a larger thing, I'll just include a letter in the card. Now, before I close up my ink pads, I'm going to do a little bit more stamping. Bring my card back in here. This is something that we often don't think about, but you can stamp on designer paper too. So I am actually going to come back with the little fishes. Just add them up here in the corner. And then I'm also going to bring my little seahorse in because there's a space down here that he fits into so nicely. Isn't that fun? So if that was something new for you, then like my video. Actually, if you're finding this to be useful information, I would appreciate the likes. And if you are finding this useful information, you would appreciate if you subscribe, because then you'll get notifications when I post future videos like this. All right, let's put that back up here out of the way. Actually, and I will say again, I really do like this new tape that Stampin' Up! Has come out with. I'm putting a different sentiment on this one because the inside, you're kind of a big deal. This is going to go with the thanks a ton. My whale is going to be facing that direction, so I want the words off to the side here. I should have pointed out that the stamp is going to go one way unless you do reflection stamping, but with a punch, it's real easy to have your punched piece face either direction. So I have all my whale parts assembled here, and in a moment I'm going to start gluing the pieces together. So I've pulled in my silicone craft sheet because I don't want to get any stray glue on my work surface down here. And the other thing I'm going to do real quickly is I do want to stamp a few spots on the back of the whale. The tummy is going to go on this way, so I need to go on the back. I find a tweezers is a really useful tool for helping me position things. A moment ago, I told you how much I like the Stampin' Seal. I also really love this liquid Tombow glue, and I will put a link to both of these adhesives in the description. Okay, here is the super fun little fin, and all I'm going to do to give dimension to that is put a tiny little crease in the end. And then I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back side of that, and the fin will stick out from the whale's body. Super cute. I positioned him a little bit off because this is the fin that would be sticking out from behind his body. And then this is the fin that's on the near side of his body. In placing him on here, I'm going to come back and put the water spout on. So we want to make sure that we leave enough room for that water spout. And I also thought it would look kind of cute to have his tail hanging off the circle. These spouts can go either direction. It's totally up to you, whatever looks good. I'm actually going to have this be the back side and flip them over. I just took that eyeball, which is really easy to lose, and I put it on top with just laid it on top of the glue to pick up the glue. And I love my Take Your Pick tool because then I've got this real easy way of moving around tiny things. So there's his eyeball in place. And now back to the tweezers for the water spouts. There, that's going to fill in that space very nicely. Okay, we are almost done with this card. Just needs to be, this needs to be adhered to the front, but we're going to do that with dimensionals. So for something like this, I would generally use 3 dimensionals. Just something to provide enough support and not let it wobble on the card. Here's another thing I love this Take Your Pick tool for. It's really easy to just pick these release papers right off the back of your dimensionals. Okay, so slightly different sentiment than on this card, so you can see how cute they both are. This one's a birthday card, and this one is a thank you card. Now, let's go back and add some of these super fun sequins. Just look at all these fun colors and shapes. Aren't those shells so pretty? To adhere these, I'm actually going to use glue dots. And I don't know if you do this with yours. I like to keep my release paper somehow secured to the roll, because if I don't, then everyone that's exposed ends up, my box or drawer or whatever I'm keeping them in ends up full of glue dots. But when I put a little piece of paper around it like that, it makes it real easy, and then I can just tear off when I get to the next one. All right. All right, so what I just did was I put one sequin on each of these glue dots, which is going to make it real easy to move it over. They are the perfect size to go behind the glue dots, and then my Take Your Pick tool is the perfect tool to lift them off and position them where I want them to go. So here's the card that we just made. The inside and the outside. I used every part of the suite on this card. We used the stamp set on the inside. We used the punch on the outside, along with the designer paper and the 3D embossing folder and these super cute sequins and this lovely ribbon. I'd love to know what you think of the technique. Have you tried anything like this with this twisted ribbon? Or how about this with the stamping on designer paper? I would love to know what you think of this card, as well as the techniques that I used on this card. Leave a comment below and I will be watching for them. And have a great rest of your hop. So, what do you think? Well done? Who do you know who would love a cute underwater card like this? All right, if you liked this, then give it a thumbs up. I appreciate the thumbs up. If you liked this, then think about subscribing, because then you'll get notifications when there are future videos like this. And then remember to check below in the description, because you're going to find links to all those other videos in the hop. Now, before I go, I have to tell you a couple more things. Like I said, there will be links below to all of the product in case there's anything here that you saw that you just have to have, because you saw some super cute stuff, right? And that little whale punch, everybody needs the whale punch. If you are here because your demonstrator invited you to this hop, then make sure that you talk to your demonstrator. Your demonstrator can help you to acquire anything that you saw here. If you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you live in the US, I would be happy to help you with any of your stamping needs. And if you're not in the US, then you just go to the Stampin' Up! Website, and there's a locator feature where you can find a demo near you. Because in the end, that's what we are all here for. Those of us who put ourselves out there to show you all this cute stuff that you can make, we are all here to help you get the most out of the money that you invest in your stamping product. We want you to have a smile on your face anytime you think about getting out your Stampin' Up! Supplies. We also want to help you maximize your investment in Stampin' Up! And so I also need to just give you a quick reminder that this is the very end of bonus days. But the point is, it only goes for July, and July ends tomorrow. So if you're watching this the day the blog is, the video blog hop is live, it ends tomorrow. And if you're watching this afterwards, then you're going to have to keep tabs with your demonstrator and find out what other great specials are going on. So thanks for being here. Again, I'm Katie Johnson, a demonstrator from the US. I hope you have a great hop around all the other videos, and definitely subscribe here if you'd like to see more of this sort of content.